Alright, so today I'm going to talk to you about the racist Dallas police officer that went into the wrong apartment and shot and killed somebody just because they were black. It's crazy. She parked on the wrong floor of her apartment complex and then went into this apartment and shot and killed him. But wait a second. All the floors looked identical. I mean, how many people have gone to Walmart and come out and there's a million cars outside and you have a car parked close to yours that looks just like yours and you pull on the wrong door handle and try to get in the wrong car? I've done it. I'm sure most people have. So then she walks inside the apartment complex where every floor probably looks identical. Puts her key card in, and apparently the door wasn't shut all the way, so she thought that the key card actually opened the door. Walks into a dark apartment complex and sees a shadow. Not a color of a person, but a shadow of a person. At which time she draws her weapon. At this point, she is not acting as a police officer. She is acting as a homeowner. She believes she was in the right place. She believes she had a right to be there. And then she started giving verbal commands. When the person inside, which ended up being his own apartment, but what she believed to be hers, didn't follow commands, she feared for her life and fired her weapon. The state of Texas has a castle law, which means you can protect your castle, your home. They also have a no retreat law. You don't have to retreat in the state of Texas. You have no duty to retreat. You have no duty to run away. If you want to stand your ground and fight, then you can stand your ground and fight. And that's exactly what she did. She believed she was in the right place. She feared for her life. In the state of Texas, deadly force is authorized if you fear for your life. If you believe that your life is in danger, or that you are in danger of serious bodily injury, which is defined by the Texas Penal Code as permanent disfigurement, which could be somebody punches you, breaks your teeth out, permanent loss of limb, or death. Somebody's in your house, which wasn't hers, but she did believe at the time through an honest mistake that it was hers. And if she fired her weapon believing that she was defending herself and believing that she had a right to be there, then that's not murder and that's not manslaughter. That's, I feared for my life, I feared for my safety, and I fired my weapon in self-defense. Did she make a mistake? Yes, she did. Did he fail to follow her commands? That's what she's saying. I wasn't there, I don't know. But based on what I've seen, even the probable cause affidavit, I believe that she feared for her life and she fired her weapon because she feared for her life. And I believe it's a justified shoot based on that. And I think that a judge, she may get convicted, but I think if she appeals it, an appellate judge, and it may go all the way up to the Supreme Court, but I think eventually that will be the finding, is that she feared for her life, and in the state of Texas, if you fear for your life, you have the right to defend your life. Keep in mind, I'm coming at this with an open mind. I'm just trying to show everybody what happened here, that it was a mistake. She didn't purposely go into an apartment and shoot somebody of a different race. It didn't happen. She couldn't tell what race he was. She thought she was there legally, and she believed that she was in danger and defended herself. The biggest thing I'm seeing on this too is, well, she should be fired. She was off duty when this happened. If you were a doctor or a lawyer or a firefighter or a nurse and you had a license to carry a handgun and you got off a long shift and you were tired and you accidentally walked in the apartment and thought you were scared or thought you were in the right apartment and you feared for your life and you shot somebody, I don't think there'd be public outcry for your job. That's the same thing here. She believed she was in her residence and defending her life off duty at that point as somebody who was a homeowner or renting an apartment. Alright, so another thing a lot of people have been talking about is the search warrant. Why did they get a search warrant looking for drugs? Well, they didn't get a search warrant looking for drugs. They got a search warrant because during their initial investigation to look into the shooting, they discovered marijuana in the house, most likely in plain sight. In Texas, if you see, drugs or weapons, certain things that are illegal in plain sight in a vehicle, it's called the motor vehicle exclusion. You don't have to have a warrant on the side of the road if you have probable cause. If a canine alerts, if there's something in plain view. But if you're in a residence, like if you smell a meth lab coming from a house, you detain everybody and you get a search warrant. You don't just get to go in and check. Same thing here. When they were in there investigating the initial shooting, I'm guessing they saw marijuana in plain sight or smelled it or something, and they ended up getting a search warrant so that they could go retrieve it and remove it from the apartment. Not because it's critical to the shooting, but because they can't leave illegal narcotics in the apartment, because they're responsible at that point and liable if the new people that move in get a hold of it, or an employee from the apartment complex gets a hold of it and something happens, a child, anything like that. I don't think it was brought up to discredit him. I think it was brought up that they served a search warrant and that's what they got out of it. So I just wanted to touch base on all that. Again, with the shooting, it was dark. She had no clue what his race was when she pulled the trigger. She thought she was in the right place. She made a legitimate mistake, like I compared to earlier, the car door thing. If you're at Walmart and you drive a white F-150 and there's 10 white F-150s there and you pull on the wrong door, I mean, it happens. She parked on the wrong floor, which all probably looks alike in the parking up there. Then she went into the building, which all looks alike. So, I mean, it's an honest mistake, and I believe that she did fear for her life and her safety when she pulled the trigger. Alright, that's everything I have on this one. Trying to give you as much information as I can to kind of help you make a better decision. There's a lot of factors that play into things, such as laws in different states, use of force policies with the departments. In this case, it's going to be more laws than department policy. Although she is a police officer and was in uniform, she was off duty at the time and believed she was in her apartment. So really, she was operating under more state law and the castle law and all that stuff I explained earlier. But anyway, like I said, there's just a lot of info that wasn't out there I wanted to put out there. And if you have any questions, you can email me. I'll put my email up here on the screen. And if you would, please like, share, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.